Alright, today got a new stall shaft, steering shaft from Walter Racecraft. We are about to install it. First thing, got to remove the old one. It's got that plastic casing on it right there, so it's just hooked around. Right there's a piece there. Once you get that plastic piece off that, it's just around the whole clips on there. And you can see the rag joint right there. That's what's bad on mine. The steering is just loose, so you could go left and right. So I think we got to take that bolt off. That bolt right there. And then there's a bolt. I need to go get a flashlight. There's a bolt to go through right there. So you got to take that nut off. That one there is a 15 millimeter, and the one down there is, I believe, what do I got here? 11 millimeter. So we're gonna take these off, see how hard it is. All right, I got that bolt loose, and you don't have to take it all the way out, but I got a pry bar right up against there. Pried it off that shaft. Same way with up there. Had to take my pry bar, actually put against it there, and through the hood. I kind of had it like this. Let me show you. Let's see, without totally messing up stuff. There. Kind of had it on there, and then obviously I held it off the paint. Kind of beat on it from this end, making sure that it didn't slip off and that you didn't dent your hood or the hammer. Yeah, be very careful. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Got it off. Let's get the old one out here and show you. Alright, this is the rag joint. I'm not going to be able to show you, but that's like a rubber piece in there. And there's flex when you turn this with this rubber joint. You can kind of see the discs in there. And that's what was bad. And this thing expands. You know, to the length you need. And so does this new. And this one just uses set screws for everything. You know, that'll go on that end. That'll go up to the steering column by your firewall. And then, like I said, it expands. Right here's your expansion joint for your distance. But they said to use Loctite, use blue Loctite. You know, obviously you have a professional, which obviously I'm definitely a professional. No, not really. I've done it all myself, but I'm not a professional. Okay, so I got to looking at this piece. Obviously I want the set screws to be kind of in the right order. You have your splines on this end, so it's going to go on there, and then up there you're going to go onto the shaft coming out from your steering column. That will work there because you got the set screw here on the splines, and you can see that there's a flat spot on the top of the splines there, so that's going to work out perfect there. These two screws here, I'll just set them, tighten them. There's no reason that they need to come loose. If you ever need to take it off, I'm going to just tighten those down while it's off here in a second. But here I got a set screw on the bottom, and then one on the towards me right now here, and I'd like that to be flipped over. One goes through the hole. There's a hole down there on that shaft. It's going left and right. You can't see it's flat on the top though. So a set screw on the top would be nice, and then obviously the one needs to go through the hole. So I want to take this off and flip it, and I'll show you. There, like that. So set screw on top there will go on the flat part, and then the screw on the farthest from us now. Oh, why my focus is messed up. We'll go through the hole on the header side, which I have plenty of room between the headers and that to get to that set screw if I ever need to remove it. And then I'll just tighten these two down here while it's out here in just a second. Put my Loctite on there. It says tighten them to 12 foot-pounds. So I got a torque wrench. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I don't think I'm going to get a socket down there with that. 4 millimeter Allen is what these are. So there you have it. I'm going to get those locked down, put it in, and I'll show you when it's done. Well, scratch what I said about turning that. There's actually a divot there for the set screw, and there's not one on the other side. So I guess they're not made to turn. It'd be cool if they drilled that out on both sides. It's the same way on the other side too, I just haven't taken it off, but okay. Well, that's going to be interesting. Obviously, I'm figuring this on the fly here. I just pulled this shaft out and turned it 180 instead of turning these, because you can't really clock them because they got that indent. So just pull that shaft out and turn it 180. I think that'll all line up. I got my set screw on top down there. I'll have those two tightened up with Loctite before I even install it. These two will be locked tight down. That'll go on the top. That'll go through the hole. The only mistake I see is that screw will not be able to be tightened down because of that bevel right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There. It's not going to be able to tighten that down. I took a picture. I'll send it to Walter Racecraft. See. Yeah, interesting. There's the new one.